Hey, what's up, man? I've got to get back on it. I've been super impressed by this game. Kind of addicted to it now, to be honest. I appreciate the follow, by the way. Thank you. I'm really excited to see the other two classes. So I guess there's going to be a mage and a rogue too. Um, so I think that'll be cool. Alright, so I just got back from town, or from the dungeon. I bought an extra slot. Alright, let's see here. So I think I'm gonna start going, I've been running the cluster thing, which has been pretty good for me. I haven't had a ton of mana though, that's the problem. I might just try having this on the bar. Yeah, because cluster has been good, but it's not great. Because I have a ton of actives, or a ton of the passive stuff, and it's been okay. But this with the axe is really good though. I actually kind of maybe think the axe and the boots is sort of broken. Might be a little too good. But I do want to upgrade this, so eventually I might start. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll upgrade this, and then what else does this need? It needs any other rune. See, this I really want. So the second upgrade here for level 3 makes it so card head effects apply. So when this pulls stuff together, it doesn't proc the axe, or this. But once you like level this all the way, it'll proc the axe and the shadow sword, and the shadow sword grants 2 extra attacks on the enemy. So theoretically, like I can pull everything together, get the proc, the chance to spark, then also get 2 extra attacks when I pull it all together. So that seems pretty crazy. So I'm gonna actually try that for a while. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep. This has been really good for me. I kind of want Mana Pot on the bar though. Maybe I'll try without. I'll try this. Let's try without boots for a little while, see how that goes, and we'll see. I've just been doing these max long runs because the gold is better and the rewards are better. Like, and it takes you levels further down, so. It also took me a while to realize that the poison procs on, like, and you can take the poison off. Yeah, I'm gonna need the boots. Because, like, when stuff's close on you, when the axe procs, like, you just get dumped on. So I'm gonna pass on this for a little while. Then maybe I'll just try just cluster. And just try to rely on natural regen. That's what I was doing before. So I was finding I never had problems with like single enemies. Let me get down there. Nope, I'm not gonna be close enough. I was having problems with like tons, but cluster is actually like an AoE because it applies a basic attack. Man, I can't get to that guy. Blazing Reptile. I love their random name generator too. I played against a monster earlier named like Bob Scorpione, and he was a scorpion. Oh, there's a guy over there. This is a bummer when they're like super far away like this.
Take this!
It reminds me a lot of Raycor Barb in Diablo 3, where you would like pull all the guys together and then do a bunch of damage to them. You would charge through them, and it would like suck them in. It's kind of the same concept, I think. But a lot of times, like, you cluster and everything's dead anyway. It doesn't matter. Okay, so that's the way down. This is supposed to be kangaroos. I can't really tell. Like zombie kangaroos. They kind of hop around.
Ugh. I like that.
It's also great with the proc on the axe because they all get stuck sort of to that guy and they sit in it for a while.
Ugh.
Alright, so I guess I can head out. Head on down. hop on down, I guess. No, it's not a lot of walking, you know, not a lot of steps being taken here. It's more like hopping in place. Like, oh, might as well take this mana. Let me just stand in it and tank it like a man. Oh. Alright, let's keep it rolling. I do feel a little like they could have made these actually a little shorter. Like, I'd be totally fine with this game being like, you know, 8 hours. Because you would try like a playthrough with each class. So like if the game clocks in at 8 hours or whatever, and that's how long it takes to beat, you know, like Diablo doesn't take that long to finish. You can beat Diablo pretty quick. It's built for multiple playthroughs. So I almost wonder, like, this Catacombs level is almost a little too long. I think I would have been okay with it being a little shorter, but I don't mind. I mean, it, you know, I'm used to old school stuff where it's super grindy, so this isn't as bad, but I could see some people thinking that this was way too long.
Die!
The paper aesthetic is pretty great, though. I do kind of like that they didn't like really force it down your throat. It's just sort of there. You know, like stuff is two-dimensional, but it's not like, I don't know. It's not like annoying. You know, like you don't see the backs of things and the sides, and they just kind of went for a paper, like almost like an origami sort of look, instead of like Paper Mario where, you know, stuff turns sideways and it disappears. I think what impresses me the most about this game is they really like hit on like what the core of what makes Diablo fun, which is like clicking on shit, and it does that very like it plays with that very well, because like sometimes it's hard to click on some of the guys. Like when you get stunned or hit hard, your cursor moves. Those are just great little touches. That make, you know, to be honest, like it's sort of at its core, it's sort of like a generic little like dungeon crawler thing, you know, but those touches make it interesting, and that's enough for me, because there's ideas here that frankly will be stolen by others.
Great.
Like that stun mechanic is so cool. Like what happens when you get stunned and stuff like that is really neat. Wow. I'm gonna get to that guy. a lot of this level design stuff too, where like it has the timing on the levels and stuff like that is really neat. The idea of like telling somebody how long a level is going to take before they start it, and you know, the boss levels they know are like, you know, this takes 10 minutes, so you don't start something when you don't have time. It's going to lend itself to like people's schedules very well. I don't understand, does this give me both? Oh, okay, I guess that's what it does. Whoa. Out of nowhere. I was really impressed by the voice acting too. I think it's very funny. Well, I'll be in town soon, and if you haven't heard the voice acting, it's really funny.
Nice.
Hey, end the level. Frozen poison guy. It's interesting. I probably think there's some balancing issues. Like, I think this axe is probably too good, and I think this thing is. It almost invalidates a lot of items. Like any AoE item is not probably as good as this. And like, why would you run any of the other? I'm just trying to think of a reason why you would run like the other stuff when you have like a bunch of like cluster. Like, why would you run other stuff when you have 2 AoEs that proc and you could pull everything together, you know? I'd be curious to see like how viable other builds are. But again, who cares? Like, it's a small game. Like, you figure out the best build, like whatever, you know. There's also other classes coming, and it's early. I mean, this thing's been out in early access for like a day. Troglocormus. And the fact that like most stuff is cold, and this axe like burns through the cold. Axe is just OP. It's crazy good. Got a card. Oh. Stuff like this is a nice break from like League of Legends, the competitive nature of it. Just kind of click. Really like that, to be honest. I really think this would be a great iPad game too. Like, I would play the hell out of this on iPad. That's the wrong button. I guess I should have killed those guys. He turns rocks into dudes. Beast spawn. Whoa. The spell effects are actually really great. Like, I don't ever feel cheesed or anything like that. Like, oh, I guess that spell made this guy harder to kill. Oh my god. I don't know what all that was.
This.
I know I didn't want it happening, that's for sure.
I like that.
I mean, look at the range on that thing. Like, it's hitting stuff from, like, crazy far away. Like... That's a great mechanic too for spellcasting because you can't attack it.
Ugh.
It just does some really clever stuff with like the cursor and I don't know, I like it. I dig it.
Ugh.
I think a game that this reminds me a ton of is if you ever played Magicka. Magicka, like, you would play it and it, like, you would, the first couple times you would play it, you'd just be like kind of impressed by like how it did some things. There's that guy. Oh my god. Okay. Holy moly.
Ugh.
Like, look, that guy was here and here, and I sorted him. The last one of these chests that I did, it got crazy. So I'm gonna assume this is gonna be more of the same. but it's okay because I have crazy broken cluster. Alright, down we go. They also took a lot from of cues from Darkest Dungeon, which I really like. I think that game is great. Another game, like, design-wise, I was super impressed with. More on the aesthetic side and, like, mood building. And, like, sort of staying true to a premise. I thought Darkest Dungeon did that really well. But it takes a lot, like this thing at the top, like this, is really reminiscent of Darkest Dungeon, and like the pathing is really reminiscent. Although like this does, you know, you've got some direction. It's doing the same thing just in a different way, which is totally fine. Like the Darkest Dungeon thing is great. This thing kind of reminds me of like a Darksiders of this type of game. You know, where Darksiders sort of took a bunch of things from other games and then added some like clever stuff. But the difference here is that they're doing some like really new, interesting things. Darksiders just pretty much just straight ripped off a bunch of games. Which I didn't mind. I thought Darksiders was great. I never got around to playing 2, but I heard it was very good. Just stand here and punch this guy. Oh my god. So now I haven't noticed, but I'm pretty sure that the game actually pauses when that happens. So like it doesn't actually bother me that it happens. One thing I'd like to see with that stun mechanic is that the game actually continue. So like that would make it a little. It's current in its current state. It's just annoying. It's just like, oh, now I have to do this little mini game. But it looks like the game actually sort of semi-pauses when that happens, so nothing really happens. Like, it's like, oh, okay, well, you know, I got stunned, and maybe my cards are, like, askew. Which is like a genius mechanic, by the way. I love it so much. I think it's so cool. I just feel like they tried to put together like a full experience, like out of the gate, and what they did is they made these dungeons like really long. I think it could have been a lot shorter, and I would have been totally fine with it. I mean, hell, people like Quadrilateral Cowboy is like 4 hours long or something like that, and people paid. You know, have no problem paying that much for this, you know. It's the same price, I think. I think Quadrilateral's either 15 or 20. So I don't think, like, you have to... This is a type of game I don't think it has to be long in order for it to be good. Like, I'd rather be in a different type of dungeon right now. stuck on these dudes, I think. Well, they're immune to that. It's the first time I've bumped into guys that were like totally immune to that displacement. Yeah. Give me the cash. This guy just slowly belching out death. These guys are funny looking. I like them. It's got like a little hat.
Ugh.
Rick the Spectral Leader. Very intimidating. Does Rick have a cigar? Sure looks like it, doesn't it? I'm like totally frozen. Take this, Rick. Oh, this guy's tough. Antidote would make this guy a lot easier, I think. Oh, frozen again. Got away for now, Rick. But I'm coming for you. Let's stand here and punch each other, Rick. How's that taste? Taste my blade. Oh, I'm frozen again.
Go to hell.
Yeah. Go to hell, Rick. Oh, there's still another chest. It's probably down here. Nope. Down, maybe? I guess down. I'll go grab this while I'm here. Also wonder how they're going to switch it up on like the lower levels with like some of these other mechanics. I hope I haven't seen everything, because every time like something really cool happens, I'm like really impressed by it. So see, that says like it's the way out. I feel like I've done everything over there. I'm not gonna go like way over there. Have at the floating man. I like the way those guys die, the way they spin. I also feel like the difficulty's a little off. I feel like the level that I was on before this was like harder. I don't know if it's because like the item set that I've been pulling or whatever, but like the whoa, I don't know what that is. It's not a boss. I don't know. Is this a boss? It doesn't have a. This is weird. I don't know what this is. Because like it has phases like a boss, but it doesn't have the boss bar. It's like an elite or something.
Die.
Huh. And then a ghost popped out of it. That was really weird. I guess that's like an elite. Oh, I don't want to go down. Where? Whoa. Plus frozen shit. Stop it. Oh, wow, there's just a whole bunch of ghosts. Oh, got frozen. I also feel like the statics effects in some parts like don't matter at all. Like in Diablo though, like at higher level, maybe it's gonna be like this later on. But like if you got frozen in higher level W, you were dead. Like you would just die. But that so far hasn't been the case. I've been frozen countless times in the middle of like huge, massive fights and not died. Alright, I think that's everything. Yeah. Let's descend into the darkness. Should be it. I'm almost to the next one. Only got one more to go. This Sonic thing. I also don't know what this avatar thing is trying to do. Like I'm cool with it. I mean, hey. I get it why it's there, but I'm not sure like what the story is exactly. Oh, nope. I want to go back. How do I go back to town? Town? Yeah, here we go. Okay. I'm gonna wait on that. And then okay.
Sighting a demon is grim news in...
I don't need any of this. I do want to identify these cards, though. Okay, so that's the third one of those that I have. Heal regenerates players' hearts, prevents monsters from healing while spells on cooldown. That's kind of cool. I haven't seen a lot of monsters heal, though. Maybe more are coming up. Oh, it's another one. Another one of those rings. So now I've got 50k more. Alright, now I definitely want to equip this. Chance to hit ghosts 20%. I mean, that's kind of cool, and a chance to spawn mana when dispelling monster spells, but I don't dispel as much as I can just walk around. I think I'm okay with just doing this. Alright. I kind of want to upgrade here. Need another one of those. So I'm going to fuse. I'm gonna make this. Do I want to make the axe better? Or do I want to make this better? I don't think I can make that better yet. I need a lot of those. I'm gonna see if I can make the axe better. I need 2 of those. Oh yeah, I can. Okay. Upgrade the axe. And then... Hey! Cool. Thanks for the host, Boken. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. Playing basically the same game I think he's been playing. And let's see. See if we can upgrade this axe, make it better. 2 of these bad boys. Ah! What up? And then next I want to upgrade this cluster, because, man, cluster, if it starts applying the on hit, is going to be so sick. Let me... Hey, thanks for the host, Ronnie. Appreciate that. So now I'll get slows, and so the big thing is going to be when I get, this is when it's going to start to get OP, is once this happens and I get card effects when they get pulled in. That's when it's going to get nuts. But I'm going to need some card upgrades for that, because I think you need, so I need 2 more of those. I wish I could upgrade from this screen. So, like, I wish I could fuse runes and... Yeah, hold on, I'll show you in a sec. It's pretty insane. The crazy thing about it is that it actually just auto-attacks stuff too. Like, when you pull, it auto-attacks things just the second that you cast it. It's supposed to just like suck stuff together. It like whirlwinds things together. But the crazy part of it is that it actually, so now I just need one of these short. Yeah. Oh well. I'm gonna go ahead and buy the cauldron too. Maybe there'll be one in there. When it pulls all this stuff together, it auto-attacks all of it. So it's like an AoE and a CC, like in the same thing. I died with like a huge cauldron earlier. I won't make that mistake again. So I'm almost to the second quest. So I think I can actually just go down 1. So I'll do a very small because I want to try this. But that'll also let me show you the